Okay, so this is going to be my quick little informal review of the Oreck steamer. I've actually had this thing for a few years, and I really like it. I'll tell you, I like it for a couple of reasons. One, I'm kind of a purist, and whatever goes down has to come up, which means that when you clean your floors with detergent, especially because people tend to overuse the detergent, if you don't rinse the detergent off, you leave a detergent residue on the floor, which even though it doesn't feel tacky or sticky, it actually is sticky, and it gets into places like grout. And as you can see here on my floor, and what ends up happening, because this floor has had detergent used on it, it basically just draws dirt into it, and even when you clean it, grout's very porous, and so it gets down in there and it turns it dark, and it either looks like you have really dark grout or it just doesn't look nice, in my opinion. So I really like this thing. Unfortunately, I couldn't get everybody who was cleaning the house to use this all the time, and once one person overuses top job or spick and span on the floor or whatever, then you're pretty much stuck with it unless you want to go back and rinse it. So I dragged the machine and the parts out of the closet today because one of the attachments, and when you mop the floor with it, it has a floor attachment, which I did something with. I laid it in the sink. It has a floor attachment. It has this guy here, which you can see the bonnet's dirty because it's been cleaning. And the idea is it puts steam down through here. It comes out through holes and then into the bonnet. And it actually cleans remarkably well. And then you throw this thing in the laundry and clean it. So it has some other attachments, including a squeegee and some other things. In this case, it's got this little tip that goes on the bottom. And I probably have another one in the... I think there are actually two of them. There's an extra bonnet. There's another smaller, like a squeegee thing like you might use for cleaning windows. Yep, and here's another, this is another tip. It has all these brushes in it, goes in the little end piece, and this guy basically, steam comes out the middle, and then this scrubs the grout. And believe it or not, it does an amazing job, which is what my little review here in this case is about. So I decided I wanted to clean this grout up on this floor because you can see that, and it's only wet right here because I had a wet cloth, but you can see that the grout is just all kind of black. And if I look in places like up under here where nobody ever walks or goes, you can see that it's not exactly alabaster white. It's like it's just a gray color, and looks much nicer than this color that it's worn to. So I took a bucket. I put a couple of quarts of maybe a quart of very, very hot water in there, quarter cup of bleach, and a few drops of laundry detergent because I didn't want to mix Pine Sol or something with ammonia with bleach for obvious reasons, and made a solution. And I took my hand scrub brushes and I basically tried an experiment around this tile right here. I put some down and let it sit for 5 minutes, and then some of it I just put down and scrubbed, and I honestly didn't see a lot of difference with the waiting time, but just a little elbow grease, and it really, you can see right there, it really makes a remarkable difference just scrubbing this stuff up. But that's a lot of work in thousands of square feet of house, and this whole house, with the exception of a loft room upstairs, is all tiled, and there's some hardwood in the master bedroom, so there's a lot of tile in here. So I decided to break out the Oreck and see what it would do. So this grout line right here, right up to here, I cleaned with the scrub brush and then just wiped it off. And again, that has some cleaning solution, including bleach in it. The Oreck I just fill with water, and it simply uses the power of steam. And I did this grout line right here, and you can see it did every bit as good as the other one. In fairness, I did actually go back after it was done and just brush it for 10 seconds with the bleach solution to just make sure I'd knocked anything out of there, and hit it with the bleach and see if it made a difference. I don't think hitting it with any bleach made any difference, but the bottom line is it's a heck of a lot less effort. This is a no BS demonstration. There's nothing done to this floor to make it look dirtier than it really is. It's just dirty. I mean, the floor is clean to the touch. The housekeeper's here every week and cleans it, but and it gets vacuumed and all that stuff more often than that. But I'm going to break out the Oreck and show just what a fantastic job this thing really does on this grout. So we're going to start with this grout line right here that's nice and black, and well, this part of it here is clean because I've already hit it. So the Oreck we fill with water. He's got two switches. One's for the heater. It's already on. This one here, when I turn it on, lets it start dropping water out the bottom, and then this knob here regulates how fast it comes out. I pretty much was doing this on almost full tilt with the steam. It's not like it leaves a pool of water, and frankly I like a lot of steam to really hit this. So again, I'm going to demonstrate just what a nice job the Oreck steamer really does on this. And again, this is no soap and no elbow grease, and I'm standing up instead of down on all fours, which at my age is a great thing. So he's on. There's the steam on slow speed. I'm just going to crank it up here full tilt. And I'm not using any elbow grease here. I'm just sliding in back and forth. On this grout line. And if I were doing this whole kitchen, which I will be, I would probably have my trusty sidekick coming behind me with a wet mop with clean water and mopping this stuff up, changing the water obviously very frequently. But you can see there's black. And there's not so black. Couple, 3 times over it. That's all there is to it. I don't know what it would cost to have somebody come out here, you know, with a machine and clean this, and I'm sure they'd do a good job. I'm gonna guess for this house, $300-400 maybe, plus I'd have to, you know, be there behind them to move all the furniture around and whatnot. And it's not like I would get this kitchen done in an hour. I mean, I probably got an hour and a half worth of work here, you know, depending on each area. But I mean, you can see I'm moving right along, and up it all comes. Not having to use any elbow grease at all. Of course, we can see a little puddle of dirty water alongside, and that's just the residual that's left from the steam. I think my water reservoir might be empty. I only put about half a cup of water in the reservoir here to play with this. But I'm going to go ahead and shut my, I'll leave the heater on, but shut the steam dripping thing off there, the green one. And I think it's done dripping now. And just to show the contrast again, there we go. Oh, you can see right there, you know, right where I went through. And now all I'm just taking this is just an old dish rag with plain clear water from the sink in it. That I'm just using to just wipe the area, and you can see what a clean spot that is. And you know, up comes the dirty water with it. And then there's where I stopped. So I mean, that if that's not testimony, I don't know what is. But that is that's the Oreck, and like I said, I like it. It you know, if you spill a bottle of blueberry jam on your floor, you're going to be able to mop it up with the steam mop. Well, no, because the bonnet would become saturated very quickly. It's not for mopping up a big wet mess. What it would do in that situation is steam the residual sticky of the blueberry jam off of the floor without detergent, and then you clean the bonnet. So anyway, that's the demo, and that's what it is. So I'm real happy with that. I'm not going to have to go out after all and pay somebody $400 to come in here and bring the machine on this floor. So again, there it is, the Oreck Steam Mop, and I think there's only one of these. I don't remember what I paid for it. You know, they've got little 90-day same as cash deals and so on if you've got decent credit. I don't know, the thing probably wasn't more than a couple $100. I'm sure I paid less for this machine and all these accessories than what I would pay somebody to come in here and clean all this grout. So I'm sure it will pay for itself with that one thing. There is another accessory in addition to that bonnet up there that comes with it, and the squeegee and this grout tip. You can get an extra little plastic float that goes on over the bonnet that's used for refreshing carpet. I don't have any carpet in my home. I don't like carpet. I've got a few rugs, and that's about it. Anyway, you know, so you can even use it for, you know, sort of steam refreshing your carpet, which is nice to kill allergens and things like that, especially if you have pets and they leave all that dander in there. So that's the Oreck Steam Mop. Hope you like it. And tell Oreck where you saw it. Tell him to send me some money, because this is not a paid review. This is just for the heck of it. Be sure to check back. This kitchen, which is in a state of disarray out here at the moment, is actually being remodeled, and we've got a couple of cool videos coming up showing how to do that. I'm actually emptying cabinets and tearing things apart at the moment, but we're replacing this with a granite countertop and some new cabinets from Lifetime Cabinets. So we'll be doing that, and we've got some nice KitchenAid appliances going in here, a KitchenAid cooktop, and then a big double oven where this stupid useless desk thing is over here that right now is again piled with junk and dog treats. So check back. Thanks for watching.